What's up, everyone? It's your boy Rock Club, your favorite sexual intellectual, here with his review of Once Upon a Time Season 4, Episode 1. Now, this is a chock-full episode of a lot of things. So, we're introduced to Elsa from the Frozen series. This is Elsa post the Frozen series, so if you haven't seen Frozen, I suggest you go out to see it now. Elsa's basically in Storybrooke on the look for something, or on the hunt for something, but we don't know what it is yet, but we do find out later in the episode. Now we get back to our characters. We'll get back to Elsa in 1 second. Basically, all our characters in Storybrooke are back after the whole debacle of the time travel and Zelena and the Wicked Witch and all that other stuff, and it's all, everybody's at the cafe having a great time until we realize that Amber brought back something from the past, which is Maid Marian, who was married to Robin Hood, who was supposedly dead, who is now alive now, and things are totally wonky now. As a result of Maid Marian being back, this causes a major issue between Robin and Regina. Even though Robin does admit that he still does love her very much, he is still committed to Marian and their relationship, and that they have to stay together and they have to stay married. And even though he loves Regina, it's death to their part, and he has to stay with her, which breaks Regina's heart. As a result of her heart being broken, Regina figures out that she has to find a way to get rid of Marian short of killing her. She can't kill her because that's what the old Regina would do. The new Regina has to figure out a way around that. So she employs the help of Sydney, the man in the mirror, to help her to resolve this issue. As a result, she puts Sydney back into the mirror, and they're trying to figure out a way to get rid of Marian and get her out of the picture. But she knows she cannot kill her, because if she kills her, it can cause so many problems, and I'm glad Regina is thinking with a clear head in this episode. Now we have Belle and Mr. Gold. In the end of the third season, they got married. Now they're at Bae's gravesite, and he's having a conversation with the tombstone and talking to Bae and explaining where he is right now, who he is, how he feels bad for giving Belle the fake dagger. He decides he's going to switch the daggers back and give her the real dagger, because if he really wants to start this off right, he has to do the right thing, which I commend Mr. Gold for doing that. Shows great progress in his character. But they go on a honeymoon, and it's a very cute honeymoon. I'll talk about that a little later, but they had a really nice honeymoon together out in this castle, out in the forest. Now there's Hook, Emma, and the Henry problem. Emma has to explain to Henry that Hook and her are dating, and she has an issue of how to explain it, so in turn she's avoiding Hook, which makes things really, really weird and very, very awkward. And before they can really get into really trying to have a conversation about it, Grumpy runs up and says there's a monster in town, explaining that when Elsa first arrived in Storybrooke, she basically iced the car that him and Sleepy were driving in over one night and scared the crap out of them, pretty much. And they're trying to figure out who is this person doing this, until Emma sees a trail of ice. So you know when Elsa is acting weird or nervous, her powers act really weird, so she's been leaving a trail of ice all over Storybrooke. So they follow the trail and find a trail, and it leads them to some storage shack thing or whatever. And before Elsa is found, Elsa conjures a snowman, which is the most awesome snowman I've ever seen on TV ever. The snowman was just freaking awesome. The snowman basically leads them out of the space where Elsa is and out to the forest. And out in the forest, they have this battle back and forth. Regina saves Marian, which in turn makes Marian realize that maybe she's not so bad of a person. But then Regina still has another epiphany, and she realizes that the only way to fix the situation is that they have to find the person who wrote the Once Upon a Time book in general, the book that Henry's been carrying around since the beginning of the series. And once they find this person who wrote the book, maybe all the villains can have a happy ending, since everybody else gets the happy ending in the book. Now, with Belle and Mr. Gold, they're staying in this castle, which we don't know who this castle belongs to, which is a subplot. I think it's going to be found out later in the series. But basically, when they first arrived to the castle, Mr. Gold realized this artifact. We don't know what it is, have no idea. So late at night, he uses the dagger, which he had given to Belle, and takes it back to open up this artifact, which turns into like a conical hat with like universe-C kind of thing. Like, look like it has universes and things like it looks like a universe inside of this hat. For some reason, this hat looks so familiar to me, but I can't put my finger on it, because I know that a lot of the fairy tales they use for Once Upon a Time are based off of Disney fairy tales. But I'm not sure exactly where this hat is from. I think I just had an epiphany. I think I know where the hat is from. I think the hat is from Fantasia. I might be wrong, but we'll figure out where this hat is from. It looks like the hat from Fantasia. It may be, but I don't know yet. Because the hat looks very. If you watch the episode, you tell me if you think it's the hat from Fantasia. You tell me, because I'm not sure. I think it's the hat from Fantasia. But anyhow, so that's how the episode basically ends. Oh, well, the episode not ended. I have to explain Elsa. Elsa's basically there to find Anna, who disappeared from Arendelle when they realized that when her parents had left and they were trying to get Anna ready for her wedding, that Elsa found a diary that explained why the parents had left. And basically the parents had left to find out a resolve to control Elsa's powers, and which will lead them to will lead them to the Enchanted Forest. But they died at sea, so that didn't really go so well. But after talking to the little troll people, nice little troll people, they realized that their parents had went to the Enchanted Forest. They just never made it. So Anna takes it upon herself, sneaks off to go find where her parents were going exactly, but ends up disappearing, which leads Elsa to come into Storybrooke. Elsa sees a necklace medallion thing that she had given Anna for her wedding day in a photo of a newspaper, and she goes to Mr. Gold's shop and finds the necklace. So we clearly know she's on the look for Anna, but we don't know what happened to Anna. We don't know how Elsa got to Storybrooke beyond that spell, but we don't know how she got there because of the spell. And I'm pretty sure they're going to, of course they're going to tell the past and the backstory and explain everything about how she got there. Now, some pros about the series. Back to the pros. Pros series that they nailed Arendelle and the Frozen characters to a T. Everything about Frozen that was from the Frozen series, everybody looked great. Everybody looked like they were in character. Everybody, from the hair to the costumes, everything was perfect. Even the reindeer was perfect. Sven the reindeer was hilarious. Everything was perfect. Regina definitely has had character growth. Mr. Gold has had great character growth. And I love to see how all the characters are progressing. But this leads into my con. Emma's not progressing as a character. I don't know why they keep Emma is like this neurotic, everything's got to be crazy all the time, never satisfied, always like, she just seems so miserable as a character. I think either they need to make her grow up and put a big girl pants on, either just kill a character off. I know that's a horrible thing to say. Just kill a character off or make her grow up. Can we do that, ABC? I would really appreciate that, because Emma's still, it's 4 seasons in. Like, there's got to be some kind of character growth. It's still the same neurotic nonsense that she's been doing since day one. Like, I mean, she's such a untrusting character. And my thing that no one in Storybrooke has given her a reason not to trust them, except for maybe Hook. And Neil a little bit for not really telling her the full truth about who he really was, but not that he would have known to tell her anyway, because he didn't know who she really was. But she didn't know who she really was either. But anyhow, tell me what you thought about this episode in the comments below. I will be back next week with another review of episode 2 of Once Upon a Time Season 4. So until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.